tight grip on town, the frozen gray horizon slowly melting down. A softer light is falling through branches turning green, like every empty street remembers where we've been. We used to chase the daylight along the riverside. You said it's spring forgives the tears we try to hide, but time kept moving forward no matter what we bring. Still somehow there's your shadow in the first breath of spring. A love that returns in spring, like petals in the air. I try to leave you buried, but you're everywhere. In the warmth of April mornings, in the sunlight's gentle rain, you're the quiet echo of a love that returns in spring. A love that returns in spring, soft but hard to break, like a dream that lingers long after we awake. The cafe by the corner plays the tables out again. Laughter fills the spaces where we used to sit back then. I remember how you leaned into the golden light, saying everything felt endless on that afternoon in sight. Now I hear your song, we're living life brand new. Someone else might hear the same sweet jokes from you, and maybe that's the story of every fragile thing, but my heart still recognizes what returns with spring. A love that returns in spring, carried by the breeze, hidden in the blossoms falling from the trees. I told myself that winter would erase everything, but the past keeps blooming when the world turns spring. A love that returns in spring, even when it's gone, like a half-forgotten lyric in an old sad song. Maybe we were seasons not meant to overlap, just two wandering stories in time's uneven map. If I saw you tomorrow walking through the crowd, would we smile politely or remember out loud? You were once my daylight, bright and wild and true. Now you're just a memory painted April blue. A love that returns in spring, but softer than before, like footsteps slowly fading from a closing door. It doesn't pull me under, it doesn't make me cling. It's just a quiet reminder of a love that returns in spring. A love that returns in spring, then slowly drifts away, like petals on the river at the end of day. Soon the trees will darken, summer on its way. Soon the wind will carry different songs to play, but somewhere in the sunlight, where old emotions cling, you'll always be the memory that returns with spring. April wakes the quiet streets, sunlight on the glass, cherry blossoms drifting down like memories that pass. The park bench by the river still faces the same sky, where we used to count the clouds and let the hours fly. You said every springtime was a chance to start again, like broken things could heal just by breathing in the wind. But the world kept turning softly, even after all the fuss. Now the trees are blooming somehow without us. Everything is blooming without us. Colors in the air. Every street we walked before still leads somewhere. I thought time would close the door on everything we were, but every April afternoon feels like a quiet blur. Everything is blooming without us. Petals fall the same, and somewhere in the sunlight I still hear your name. The cafe by the station pulled their chairs outside, strangers chasing golden light with nothing left to hide. I walked past our corner where you held my hand, saying love was something even time couldn't unplan. Now someone else might sit there sharing coffee in the sun. Maybe they believe their forever's just begun, and maybe that's the beauty of every fragile trust. Life keeps blooming brightly even without us. Everything is blooming without us, just like it did before. Everything is blooming without us, just like it did before. Every drifting blossom tapping on my door. I thought winter took you somewhere far from here, but spring keeps drawing outlines of the life we left last year. Everything is blooming without us, soft against the blue, like the sky remembers every shade of you. Maybe we were seasons passing through too fast, trying to convince ourselves some moments always last. If I saw you laughing under April skies, would we look away or recognize the past in our eyes? You were once the sunlight in every step I took. Now you're just a memory in spring's unfinished book. Everything is blooming without us, but it doesn't hurt the same. The ache is just a whisper when I hear your name, like petals on the pavement fading into dust. Love was once a garden that belonged to us. Everything is blooming without us, still the wind feels kind, carrying the pieces we quietly left behind. Soon the blossoms vanish, summer dries. through open blinds, soft across the floor. April knocking quietly like it did before. The park is full of color now, pink against the sky. But every falling petal feels like a goodbye. We used to walk for hours through streets we barely knew. You said spring was proof that life could always start brand new. But seasons keep on turning, even hearts can't freeze. Now spring is laying petals on old memories. Petals on old memories, drifting through my mind like pieces of a story we were meant to leave behind. Every quiet blossom, every blooming tree feels like spring is gently brushing dust off you and me. Petals on old memories, falling soft and slow, reminding me of places only we would go. The cafe by the corner put their tables in the sun. Strangers laughing easily like broken hearts are not. I passed the street we kissed on under cherry skies. You spun me in a circle with that reckless smile of yours. Now someone else might hear it, that laugh I used to chase, standing in the sunlight where I once had your place. And maybe that's just life now, the way the past agrees to rest beneath the petals on old memories. Petals on old memories, floating through the air like quiet little promises that vanished somewhere there. I thought I left you somewhere in the cold of February, but spring keeps turning pages of our faded diary. Petals on old memories, soft against the ground like echoes of a love that doesn't make a sound. Maybe love was never meant to stay the way we dreamed. Maybe it was only as bright as it had seemed. If I saw you in the sunlight walking past my side, would we talk like strangers or laugh about the ride? You were once my April, wild and shining through. Now you're just a color in a sky that isn't blue. Petals on old memories, but they don't cut as deep. Just fragments of a springtime that my heart can finally keep. Not as something broken, not as something I still need. Just a quiet chapter from a love that used to lead. Petals on old memories, falling one by one like the last soft traces of a setting sun. Soon the trees will lose them, blown into the streets. Soon the wind will carry every fragile piece. And maybe when the blossoms fade from every tree, spring won't need to scatter petals over you and me. But tonight the breeze remembers everything we used to be. Petals on old memories. trees are dressed in colors, soft pink and gentle white, like the sky decided to bloom overnight. We used to chase these mornings before the crowds appeared, laughing at the sunlight like we had no fear. Now I walk these same old roads, but everything feels tender. Every blossom falling like the flowers remember. When the flowers remember, they whisper through the breeze. Every drifting petal brings you back to me. I try to close the chapter, try to make it end, but spring keeps turning pages of the love we couldn't mend. When the flowers remember, your shadow still appears, soft between the colors of forgotten years. The cafe by the river place their tables out again, strangers sharing sunshine like the world forgave their pain. I almost heard your laughter riding on the air, the way it used to echo like you were everywhere. You said spring was magic, proof that hearts could grow, even after winter, even after snow. Now someone else might hold you where warm April skies surrender, but somewhere in these blossoms the flowers still remember. When the flowers remember, they paint the sky with you in shades of quiet pink and pale forgotten blue. I'm not asking fate to turn the clock again, but every gentle blooming feels like your old refrain. When the flowers remember, it's softer than before, just a distant melody behind a closing door. Maybe love is like a season, brilliant while it stays, living in the sunlight, then drifting into haze. If we crossed each other on some crowded springtime street, would our eyes pretend or finally admit defeat? You were once my April, wild and shining through. Now you're just a color in a sky I once knew. When the flowers remember, they fall like quiet snow, covering the places only we would go. But the ache is fading like winter in retreat, and the past grows lighter with every falling leaf. When the flowers remember, they don't break my heart, they just show me gently where our story fell apart. Soon the petals will be gone, carried by the breeze. Soon the sky will turn to deeper summer seas, and maybe one spring morning I'll walk these streets forever without a single whisper of when the flowers remember. soft this morning, like winter finally sighed. Puddles catching pieces of the pale blue sky. Cherry petals on the sidewalk, falling slow and bright. And suddenly the city feels too full of you tonight. We used to chase the sunlight down every open street. You said April felt like music moving through your feet. I thought time would take you further down the track, but every year without a warning, April brings you back. April brings you back in the color of the trees, in the quiet drifting petals, in the warming breeze. I tried to let you fade away like footprints in the rain, but every spring returning writes your name again. April brings you back even when I'm moving on, like a song I thought was over, but somehow plays along. The cafe by the river opened all its doors. Sunlight on the tabletops like it did before. I almost took your usual seat without thinking twice, the one where you would steal my drink and laugh at my advice. I heard you moved to somewhere where the winters don't stay long, where April probably feels like a place you still belong. And I hope the light is warmer wherever you're at, but hear the trees keep whispering, and April brings you back. April brings you back through the scent of blooming air, through the sound of distant laughter floating everywhere. I'm not reaching for your number, not chasing what we had, but memories grow louder when the world turns glad. April brings you back in a softer kind of way, like a shadow in the sunshine that refuses just to fade. Maybe we were meant for just a single spring, two restless hearts and everything. If I saw you by the river under falling white, would we talk like strangers or rewind the night? You were lightning in the daylight, wild and passing through. Now you're just a season tinted slightly blue. April brings you back, but it doesn't break my heart. Just a quiet recognition of the way we fell apart. You're not the dream I'm chasing, not the love I still pursue, just a story blooming briefly every time the sky turns blue. April brings you back, then it slowly lets you go, like petals drifting farther with the river's flow. Soon the petals will be gone, blown into the night. Soon the trees will stand again in simple summer light. And maybe next April, when the blossoms stack, I'll smile without the memory that April you back. The snow finally disappeared from the corners of the street. Little rivers down the pavement, running past my feet. The air feels new and lighter, like the city woke again. But every warm breeze whispers something I can't pretend. The park where we would wander is filling up with green, but every blooming color feels like a memory scene. I thought the winter took you, carried you away, but every flower opening still finds a way to say, spring still says your name in the sunlight through the trees, in the quiet yellow petals floating on the breeze. I try to leave you buried in the cold and in the rain, but every soft beginning still echoes you again. Spring still says your name even when I walk alone, like a melody returning from a love that's overgrown. The cafe open windows, music spilling out, people laughing in the daylight, living without doubt. I take the long way home now, past the street where we first met, where you tripped over your words, and I haven't forgotten yet. You used to chase the sunlight like it owed you something more, pulling me through open parks and every hidden door. Now someone else might hear you laugh under April skies, but somewhere in this warming air your shadow still survives. Spring still says your name in the morning, soft and clear, in the way the sky turns blue, the way the light appears. I'm not wishing you were here now, not the way I used to be, but something in the blooming world still ties your voice to me. Spring still says your name in a language made of rain, falling on the pavement where we dance through every pain. Maybe love is like a season, never really gone, just hiding in the sunlight, waiting to move on. If I saw you in the daylight under cherry skies, would we talk about the past or let it pass us by? You were once my April morning, bright and wild and new. Now you're just a distant color in a sky I'm passing through. Spring still says your name, but the sound is growing light, like an old familiar echo, fading out of sight. I can walk these blooming streets now without losing who I am, even if the breeze remembers every place you ran. Spring still says your name, but it doesn't hold me there, just a gentle trace of something floating in the air. Soon the days will grow much longer, soon the nights will change. sky, I smile through the pain, because spring still says your name. Feels different lately, like the city learned to breathe. Cherry blossoms drifting down like letters from the trees. I walk the road we wandered when the world was turning green, back when every little thing felt brighter than it seemed. You used to race the sunlight down the river silver line, saying spring was proof that hearts could heal with just some time. But time had other plans for us. It cut us like the frost, and somewhere in that quiet change was the spring we lost. The spring we lost still lives inside the breeze, in the way the petals fall from every waking tree. I try to leave it buried under winter's frozen cost, but every flower blooming reminds me what we lost. The spring we lost still echoes in my chest, like a song we almost finished but never got to rest. The cafe by the station put their tables back outside, couples laughing in the sun with nowhere left to hide. You would have loved this weather, your hair caught in the light. You always said the world looked best when winter gave up the fight. Now I hear you're somewhere with someone new to hold, learning how to laugh again without the weight of old. And I hope the sky is kinder wherever you have crossed. But April feels a little strange since the spring we lost. The spring we lost still lingers in the rain, in the soft familiar rhythm of an old refrain. I'm not asking fate to bring you back across, but every warm beginning feels like the spring we lost. The spring we lost lives quietly in the air, like a memory blooming even when you're not there. Maybe love was always meant to last just like the flowers, bright for just a moment before surrendering to ours. If I saw you in the daylight walking past my way, would we laugh about the past or slowly walk away? You were sunlight in my April, wild and hard to hold. Now you're just a fading warmth inside a story told. The spring we lost doesn't hurt the way it did. It's just a fragile photograph of two hopeful kids running through a season. Neither one could pause, thinking love would outlive every hidden flaw. The spring we lost still whispers soft and low, through blooming trees, dancing on the ground. April drifting quietly without a single sound. The park looks just like last year, pink across the sky. But something in the sunlight feels a little shy. We used to sit for hours watching petals spin. You said the springtime breeze was where our dreams begin. Now every passing moment feels softer than it's been, like echoes of your laughter in the quiet spring wind. Your smile in the spring wind still finds me somehow, in every drifting blossom and every branch that bows. I try to let the memory fade into the blue, but every breeze of April carries bits of you. Your smile in the spring wind, light across the day, like a fragile photograph time won't wash away. The cafe down the corner place their chairs outside. People chasing sunshine with nothing left to hide. I pass the street you loved most, where we would always stay, watching golden afternoons slowly fade away. Someone else might hear you laugh in another place. Someone else might memorize the rhythm of your face. But here the wind keeps wandering through streets we wandered in, still carrying your smile through the restless spring wind. Your smile in the spring wind, soft but crystal clear, like a distant melody I still somehow hear. I'm not reaching for you, not asking you to stay, but the breeze remembers what time gave away. Your smile in the spring wind, warm against the sky, like the quiet promise of a long goodbye. Maybe love was always just a passing light, burning through the daylight, fading into night. If we crossed each other under cherry trees, would we stop and wonder who we used to be? You were once the sunrise, breaking through my blue. Now you're just a memory carried out of you. Your smile in the spring wind doesn't break me now. It's just a gentle shadow that the seasons allow, like petals in the daylight, floating far from where they've been. Your love keeps disappearing in the quiet spring wind. Your smile in the spring wind drifts but never stays, like the final echo of our April days. Soon the trees will lose their bloom, summer drawing near. Soon the wind will carry different songs to hear, but somewhere in the distance where old memories begin, I'll see your smile in the soft spring wind. To finally loosen its quiet grip on town, the frozen gray horizon slowly melting down. A softer light is falling through branches turning green, like every empty street remembers where we've been. We used to chase the daylight along the riverside. You said it's spring forgives the tears we try to hide, but time kept moving forward. No matter what we bring, still somehow there's your shadow in the first breath of spring. A love that returns in spring, like petals in the air. I try to leave you buried, but you're everywhere. In the warmth of April mornings, in the sunlight's gentle rain, you're the quiet echo of a love that returns in spring. A love that returns in spring, soft but hard to break, like a dream that lingers long after we awake. The cafe by the corner plays the tables out again. Laughter fills the spaces where we used to sit back then. I remember how you leaned into the golden light, saying everything felt endless on that afternoon in sight. Now I hear your song, we're living life brand new. Someone else might hear the same sweet jokes from you, and maybe that's the story of every fragile thing, but my heart still recognizes what returns with spring. A love that returns in spring, carried by the breeze, hidden in the blossoms, falling from the trees. I told myself that winter would erase everything, but the past keeps blooming when the world turns spring. A love that returns in spring, even when it's gone, like a half-forgotten lyric in an old sad song. Maybe we were seasons not meant to overlap, just two wandering stories in time's uneven map. If I saw you tomorrow walking through the crowd, would we smile politely or remember out loud? You were once my daylight, bright and wild and true. Now you're just a memory painted April blue. A love that returns in spring, but softer than before, like footsteps slowly fading from a closing door. It doesn't pull me under, it doesn't make me cling. It's just a quiet reminder of a love that returns in blooms with spring. April wakes the quiet streets, sunlight on the glass, cherry blossoms drifting down like memories that pass. The park bench by the river still faces the same sky, where we used to count the clouds and let the hours fly. You said every springtime was a chance to start again, like broken things could heal just by breathing in the wind. But the world kept turning softly, even after all the fuss. Now the trees are blooming somehow without us. Everything is blooming without us. Colors in the air. Every street we walked before still leads somewhere. I thought time would close the door on everything we were, but every April afternoon feels like a quiet blur. Everything is blooming without us. Petals fall the same, and somewhere in the sunlight I still hear your name. The cafe by the station pulled their chairs outside, strangers chasing golden light with nothing left to hide. I walked past our corner where you held my hand, saying love was something even time couldn't unplan. Now someone else might sit there sharing coffee in the sun. Maybe they believe their forever's just begun, and maybe that's the beauty of every fragile trust. Life keeps blooming brightly even without us. Everything is blooming without us, just like it did before. Everything is blooming without us, just like it did before. Every drifting blossom tapping on my door. I thought winter took you somewhere far from here, but spring keeps drawing outlines of the life we left last year. Everything is blooming without us, soft against the blue, like the sky remembers every shade of you. Maybe we were seasons passing through too fast, trying to convince ourselves some moments always last. If I saw you laughing under April skies, would we look away or recognize the past in our eyes? You were once the sunlight in every step I took. Now you're just a memory in spring's unfinished book. Everything is blooming without us, but it doesn't hurt the same. The ache is just a whisper when I hear your name, like petals on the pavement fading into dust. Love was once a garden that belonged to us. Everything is blooming without us, still the wind feels kind, carrying the pieces we quietly left behind. Soon the blossoms vanish, summer working quietly like it did before. The park is full of color now, pink against the sky. But every falling petal feels like a goodbye. We used to walk for hours through streets we barely knew. You said spring was proof that life could always start brand new. But seasons keep on turning, even hearts can't freeze. Now spring is laying petals on old memories. Petals on old memories, drifting through my mind, like pieces of a story we were meant to leave behind. Every quiet blossom, every blooming tree, feels like spring is gently brushing dust off you and me. Petals on old memories, falling soft and slow, reminding me of places only we would go. The cafe by the corner put their tables in the sun, strangers laughing easily like broken hearts are not. I passed the street we kissed on, under cherry skies. You spun me in a circle with that reckless smile of yours. Now someone else might hear it, that laugh I used to chase, standing in the sunlight where I once had your place. And maybe that's just life now, the way the past agrees to rest beneath the petals on old memories. Petals on old memories, floating through the air, like quiet little promises that vanished somewhere there. I thought I left you somewhere in the cold of February, but spring keeps turning pages of our faded diary. Petals on old memories, soft against the ground, like echoes of a love that doesn't make a sound. Maybe love was never meant to stay the way we dreamed. Maybe it was only as bright as it had seemed. If I saw you in the sunlight walking past my side, would we talk like strangers or laugh about the ride? You were once my April, wild and shining through. Now you're just a color in a sky that isn't blue. Petals on old memories, but they don't cut as deep. Just fragments of a springtime that my heart can finally keep. Not as something broken, not as something I still need. Just a quiet chapter from a love that used to lead. Petals on old memories, falling one by one, like the last soft traces of a setting sun. Soon the trees will lose them, blown into the streets. Soon the wind will carry every fragile piece. And maybe when the blossoms fade from every tree, spring won't need to scatter petals over you and me. But tonight the breeze remembers everything we used to be. Petals on old memories. April writing poetry on sidewalks everywhere. The trees are dressed in colors, soft pink and gentle white, like the sky decided to bloom overnight. We used to chase these mornings before the crowds appeared, laughing at the sunlight like we had no fear. Now I walk these same old roads, but everything feels tender. Every blossom falling like the flowers remember. When the flowers remember, they whisper through the breeze. Every drifting petal brings you back to me. I try to close the chapter, try to make it end, but spring keeps turning pages of the love we couldn't mend. When the flowers remember, your shadow still appears, soft between the colors of forgotten years. The cafe by the river placed their tables out again. Strangers sharing sunshine like the world forgave their pain. I almost heard your laughter riding on the air, the way it used to echo like you were everywhere. You said spring was magic, proof that hearts could grow, even after winter, even after snow. Now someone else might hold you where warm April skies surrender, but somewhere in these blossoms the flowers still remember. When the flowers remember, they paint the sky with you in shades of quiet pink and pale forgotten blue. I'm not asking fate to turn the clock again, but every gentle blooming feels like your old refrain. When the flowers remember, it's softer than before, just a distant melody behind a closing door. Maybe love is like a season, brilliant while it stays, living in the sunlight, then drifting into haze. If we crossed each other on some crowded springtime street, would our eyes pretend or finally admit defeat? You were once my April, wild and shining through. Now you're just a color in a sky I once knew. When the flowers remember, they fall like quiet snow, covering the places only we would go. But the ache is fading like winter in retreat, and the past grows lighter with every falling leaf. When the flowers remember, they don't break my heart, they just show me gently where our story fell apart. Soon the petals will be gone, carried by the breeze. Soon the sky will turn to deeper summer seas, and maybe one spring morning I'll walk these streets forever without a single whisper of when the flowers remember. soft this morning, like winter finally sighed. Puddles catching pieces of the pale blue sky. Cherry petals on the sidewalk, falling slow and bright. And suddenly the city feels too full of you tonight. We used to chase the sunlight down every open street. You said April felt like music moving through your feet. I thought time would take you further down the track, but every year without a warning, April brings you back. April brings you back in the color of the trees, in the quiet drifting petals, in the warming breeze. I tried to let you fade away like footprints in the rain, but every spring returning writes your name again. April brings you back even when I'm moving on, like a song I thought was over, but somehow plays along. The cafe by the river opened all its doors. Sunlight on the tabletops like it did before. I almost took your usual seat without thinking twice, the one where you would steal my drink and laugh at my advice. I heard you moved to somewhere where the winters don't stay long, where April probably feels like a place you still belong. And I hope the light is warmer wherever you're at, but here the trees keep whispering, and April brings you back. April brings you back through the scent of blooming air, through the sound of distant laughter floating everywhere. I'm not reaching for your number, not chasing what we had, but memories grow louder when the world turns glad. April brings you back in a softer kind of way, like a shadow in the sunshine that refuses just to fade. Maybe we were meant for just a single spring, two restless hearts and everything. If I saw you by the river under falling light, would we talk like strangers or rewind the night? You were lightning in the daylight, wild and passing through. Now you're just a season tinted slightly blue. April brings you back, but it doesn't break my heart. Just a quiet recognition of the way we fell apart. You're not the dream I'm chasing, not the love I still pursue, just a story blooming briefly every time the sky turns blue. April brings you back, then it slowly lets you go, like petals drifting farther with the river's flow. Soon the petals will be gone, blown into the night. Soon the trees will stand again in simple summer light. And maybe next April, when the blossoms stack, I'll smile without the memory that that April brings you back. The snow finally disappeared from the corners of the street. Little rivers down the pavement, running past my feet. The air feels new and lighter, like the city woke again. But every warm breeze whispers something I can't pretend. The park where we would wander is filling up with green, but every blooming color feels like a memory scene. I thought the winter took you, carried you away, but every flower opening still finds a way to say. Spring still says your name in the sunlight through the trees, in the quiet yellow petals floating on the breeze. I try to leave you buried in the cold and in the rain, but every soft beginning still echoes you again. Spring still says your name even when I walk alone, like a melody returning from a love that's overgrown. The cafe open windows, music spilling out, people laughing in the daylight, living without doubt. I take the long way home now, past the street where we first met, where you tripped over your words, and I haven't forgotten yet. You used to chase the sunlight like it owed you something more, pulling me through open parks and every hidden door. Now someone else might hear you laugh under April skies, but somewhere in this warming air your shadow still survives. Spring still says your name in the morning, soft and clear, in the way the sky turns blue, the way the light appears. I'm not wishing you were here now, not the way I used to be, but something in the blooming world still ties your voice to me. Spring still says your name in a language made of rain, falling on the pavement where we dance through every pain. Maybe love is like a season, never really gone, just hiding in the sunlight, waiting to move on. If I saw you in the daylight under cherry skies, would we talk about the past or let it pass us by? You were once my April morning, bright and wild and new. Now you're just a distant color in a sky I'm passing through. Spring still says your name, but the sound is growing light, like an old familiar echo, fading out of sight. I can walk these blooming streets now without losing who I am, even if the breeze remembers every place you ran. Spring still says your name, but it doesn't hold me there, just a gentle trace of something floating in the air. Soon the days will grow much longer, soon the nights will change, soon the warmth will feel like freedom, not a quiet ache. And when the flowers fall again, like soft and distant rain, maybe then April sky, I smile through the pain, because spring still says your name. Feels different lately, like the city learned to breathe. Cherry blossoms drifting down like letters from the trees. I walk the road we wandered when the world was turning green, back when every little thing felt brighter than it seemed. You used to race the sunlight down the river silver line, saying spring was proof that hearts could heal with just some time. But time had other plans for us. It cut us like the frost, and somewhere in that quiet change was the spring we lost. The spring we lost still lives inside the breeze, in the way the petals fall from every waking tree. I try to leave it buried under winter's frozen cost, but every flower blooming reminds me what we lost. The spring we lost still echoes in my chest, like a song we almost finished but never got to rest. The cafe by the station put their tables back outside, couples laughing in the sun with nowhere left to hide. You would have loved this weather, your hair caught in the light. You always said the world looked best when winter gave up the fight. Now I hear you're somewhere with someone new to hold, learning how to laugh again without the weight of old. And I hope the sky is kinder wherever you have crossed. But April feels a little strange since the spring we lost. The spring we lost still lingers in the rain, in the soft familiar rhythm of an old refrain. I'm not asking fate to bring you back across, but every warm beginning feels like the spring we lost. The spring we lost lives quietly in the air, like a memory blooming even when you're not there. Maybe love was always meant to last just like the flowers, bright for just a moment before surrendering to ours. If I saw you in the daylight walking past my way, would we laugh about the past or slowly walk away? You were sunlight in my April, wild and hard to hold. Now you're just a fading warmth inside a story told. The spring we lost doesn't hurt the way it did. It's just a fragile photograph of two hopeful kids running through a season. Neither one could pause, thinking love would outlive every hidden flaw. The spring we lost still whispers soft and low, April drifting quietly without a single sound. The park looks just like last year, pink across the sky. But something in the sunlight feels a little shy. We used to sit for hours watching petals spin. You said the springtime breeze was where our dreams begin. Now every passing moment feels softer than it's been, like echoes of your laughter in the quiet spring wind. Your smile in the spring wind still finds me somehow, in every drifting blossom and every branch that bows. I try to let the memory fade into the blue, but every breeze of April carries bits of you. Your smile in the spring wind, light across the day, like a fragile photograph time won't wash away. The cafe down the corner placed their chairs outside. People chasing sunshine with nothing left to hide. I passed the street you loved most, where we would always stay, watching golden afternoons slowly fade away. Someone else might hear you laugh in another place. Someone else might memorize the rhythm of your face. But here the wind keeps wandering through streets we wandered in, still carrying your smile through the restless spring wind. Your smile in the spring wind, soft but crystal clear, like a distant melody I still somehow hear. I'm not reaching for you, not asking you to stay, but the breeze remembers what time gave away. Your smile in the spring wind, warm against the sky, like the quiet promise of a long goodbye. Maybe love was always just a passing light, burning through the daylight, fading into night. If we crossed each other under cherry trees, would we stop and wonder who we used to be? You were once the sunrise breaking through my blue. Now you're just a memory carried out of you. Your smile in the spring wind doesn't break me now. It's just a gentle shadow that the seasons allow, like petals in the daylight, floating far from where they've been. Your love keeps disappearing in the quiet spring wind. Your smile in the spring wind drifts but never stays, like the final echo of our April days. Soon the trees will lose their bloom, summer drawing near. Soon the wind will carry different songs to hear, but somewhere in the distance where old memories begin, I'll still see your smile in the soft